Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. My name is Josh, and today we are doing a live stream related to Solana and its potential as a retirement vehicle. This content is not financial advice. This is the website that we have launched for the community. The link is on the bottom of your screen, as well as I'll add it in the video description and the pinned comment. So let's start with our machine learning and AI based forecast. First, we'll start with the analytics. We'll look at the crypto TLDR. This is the last 24 hours worth of news sentiment, and most of it is bullish. You can see one of the narrative related to Robert Kiyosaki critiquing ETF and preferring direct. Then Ton Foundation related partnership, as well as great news related to Bitcoin and Ethereum from Hong Kong's spot ETF launch on Monday. So you can check all of this content. You don't have to sign up for it, or you don't have to pay for it. It is all freely available. So going to the second risk related or peak valley related forecasts, what we have done on the channel is created a holistic single metric to quantify the current risk and reward potential for crypto market. We have considered several KPIs such as volatility, alpha, beta, risk adjusted return, and percent drawdown to come up with a single metric. If is the risk in the market low and high. We compare the top 100 cryptos by market cap and look at their KPIs to analyze what is the current risk level. You can see this dashboard did a fair job in quantifying the risk and flagging it as highest risk in around November 21 as well as May 21, and also low risk during July 22 and November December 22, when the crypto market was in close to reaching its bottom for the market cycle, and also during September and October 2023. Right now, if we zoom it over here, since March 12 of 2024, the risk has been diminishing slightly from 0.36. Now, as of last 24 hours, the risk is at around 0.32. And once this risk reaches beyond this 0.6 threshold, that's when we are very close to the peak. And when the risk is beyond this 0.2 level, then we are very close to the bottom, especially when the risk becomes less than 0.1. So this is our risk metric. And coming to the individual risk crypto associated with individual risk associated with individual cryptos, this is normalized risk gauge between 0 and 1, and the higher the score, that means the higher the risk associated with purchasing. This is again not financial advice. BTC's risk is at around less than 0.5. ETH is slightly above 0.6, but today's crypto that we are going to discuss, Solana, its current risk score is at around 0.85. That means it's the potential that Solana is closer to a top is higher than BTC or ETH or BNB for that matter. You can check out the top 20 to top 50 cryptos. They are listed on their own risk journey on this RiskMeter. Last but not the least, before we go to the retirement related CAGR model that we have built, is the NarrativeCloud. This is the these are the popular narratives, and this is the narrative cloud, or the wall that we like to call. This is developed using natural language processing, scraping the content related to crypto, and based on the frequency, the higher the frequency of a term, the larger the size. So Bitcoin has the largest size on this crypto wall. That is because most of the content is related to cryptos. The narratives are popular related to crypto and Bitcoin, and then bullishness. And one of the narratives that we are going to talk today is about Solana. And you can see that this is one of the up and comer. This is the last 90 days worth of crypto related content, and looking at the narratives which are popular, the Solana does certainly grab some attention in the crypto market. So now let's go and look at the AI-based forecast that we have developed using our machine learning-based model for Sol. This model was developed in early March of 2024. The color in white, the line in white, is the actuals weekly price action in USD. And the bull case that our model has forecasted is in green. The bear case is in yellow. The extreme bear case is, or the edge of the bear case is in red, and the line in middle is the base case forecasted by our model. Now that we are in close to the middle of April, the base case for Sol per hour model is at around $121. Currently, the price of Solana is slightly less than $200. So, between now till the end of August of 2024, the base case forecast per hour model for Sol is between 120 and $150. But you can see that the current price has far exceeded that base case assumption or the forecast. Now that shifts our focus to the bull case for Sol. Immediately, the theoretical ceiling, this is the one standard deviation or 70% confidence level, bull case forecast for Sol is between $183 and $333 between now and end of July of 2024. Is equal and opposite is the bear case. If the crypto market does face severe bearish headwinds, then per hour model Sol's price could be somewhere between $55 and $77. This again is not financial advice. This is a machine learning model that we have developed using ARIMA, LSTM, and XGBoost machine learning methodologies. And now let's go to the crypto retirer, the Kaggle based crypto retirer, which looks at several Kaggers such as bearish or conservative compound annual growth rate for Sol, then realistic and the optimistic scenario. The conservative scenario is at around 8%. That means Solana, if it stays relevant from now till the end of year 2040 and it manages to grow at 8%, which is fairly similar to an index, stock market index such as S&P 500. If Sol manages to grow at a similar rate as those index funds would have historically grown, which would be an extremely bearish scenario for Sol because it's an altcoin. In that case, even in that case, the number of Solana tokens that you would need without staking to be a millionaire, a Sol millionaire, would be, right now the number of tokens you would need to be a Sol millionaire is slightly less than 6,000. But you can see that as the time progresses, and as we assume that 8% growth in Solana on its own ecosystem, that number, the number of Sol token goes down from 6,000 to almost 3,500 in 2032, and towards the end of 2040, that number is less than 2,000 and 1,800 Sol tokens to be precise. And you can this is just reverse engineering retirement for entirely in Sol, that is at $1 million valuation in Sol. But if you are considering, because Sol is an altcoin, and if you feel that it would be too risky to be invested in Sol, again, we don't provide any financial advice. This is just theoretical models. So you can make your own assumption. You can divide that number by 10 if you believe having 100K in Sol would be more conducive for your own retirement strategies, or even if it's like 250, then divide this number by 4, you get to that point. And if you believe that you would be staking Sol, then this Kaggle at 8% is fairly easy to achieve. Again, not financial advice. So in this scenario, the current price of Sol at around $170, you can see at 8%, Sol's price could grow to somewhere at around $537. And then the realistic case, the second case that we'll be talking about, at a Kaggle of 15%. And these compound annual growth rate numbers are not randomly selected. There was some thought and looking at several sources related to crypto and crypto growth, such as Bitcoin's compound annual growth rate for the past 15 years, and then dividing that number by 3 and 2 and at times by 5 to be more conservative, because the purpose is related to planning for long term. So that's why this 15% was almost a 1/3 reduction in Bitcoin's own Kaggle for the last 15 years. Bitcoin grew by about 45% over the last 15 years. So Sol at 15% is not too far-fetched. So just wanted to highlight how these numbers came into existence. So in this 15%, which I like to call it as a realistic scenario, although some might call it very bearish, we'd like to be more conservative. In that scenario, the number of sol token, again, starting point would be more or less the same, less than 6,000. But what is more stark is that in the base case, or what we like to call is a realistic case, the number of sol tokens needed in 2040 would be less than 1,000. To be very precise, it would be at around 720 sol tokens. You can see the difference, what an additional 7% CAGR does. Instead of 1,800 sol tokens needed to be a sol millionaire in 2040, at 15% one would need only 725. And you can do your own calculations. Instead of if you're comfortable with 100k or 250k or 500k, by dividing this number by 10 in case of 100k worth of sol, or dividing by 5 in case of 4 in case of 250k, whereas dividing this number by 2 for 500k. So in this 15% CAGR regimen, the price of Solana with 15% growth from now till 2040, that puts Sol's own price in terms of USD pair at somewhere less than 1400 USD. So that would still be less than a 10x from the current price, which is at around 170. So you can make your own idea about if this model is ultra bullish or ultra bearish. So a confluence point at around 2032, year 2020 2032, which is almost 8 years away from now. In that case, the number of sol tokens needed without staking are around 2,200 level. So which was close to what sol could achieve at 8% growth in 2040. You can see at 15% growth, you save almost 8 years of your time to get to that point. And the last but not the least is the optimistic case for Sol, which divides Bitcoin's own CAGR by a half, to about 22%. And in that scenario, the number of Sol tokens needed to retire, it would be, again, starting point is more or less the same at around 5,000 Sol tokens. This is the red line. That's why the axis is this additional y axis, and this 3,500. And in that case would be at 22% CAGR. Sol's price in 2040 would be at around 3,350. So this is again an optimistic model, and you can see the number of Sol tokens needed in that scenario to retire would be less than 300. So almost an order of magnitude less than sub 2000 level at 8% CAGR. This 22% CAGR offers at around, without staking, the number of sol, if you plan to hold at around 300 sols, and you believe that sol will grow at around half of Bitcoin's CAGR over the next 15 years, like Bitcoin did in its own first 15 years worth of journey, then this model, the valuation of Sol in terms of its USD pair with 300 Sols would be at around 1 million. So again, none of this is financial advice, and you can read up on this description. The purpose is to find for this chart is to find how Solana prices evolve over time. This is the axis in so the chart in or the line in blue, as well as the red line, which is the number of Sol units needed to accumulate 1 million in each scenario. And in terms of how many Sol or how much USD worth of Sol you would need now to be a Sol millionaire in 2040, at 8% you would need around 315 K or 315,000 worth of USD worth of Solana today at 8%, but at 15% that number goes down substantially to about 122,000 USD worth of Solana today to be a Solana millionaire in 2040. But what is more stark is at 22% that number goes down to about 50k. So in that, and you can reverse engineer in this way, that if you have 50k worth of Sol today, and if Solana's CAGR is at around 22%, that means from 50K to 1 million. That is almost a 20x growth in price, and you can see that from 1600 or $170 to about $3,400. That's another, that's how that 20x materializes. So this is another way to look at the Solana's potential as a retirement vehicle. Before we conclude, I would like to mention that crypto, especially altcoins which have not been there for more than 5 years, such as Solana, are extremely highly risky. We don't know that they would be around for next 15 years. That's why that's the risk element. That's why that's why it is very important to do your own risk analysis, especially when it comes to uh, a newer altcoin such as Sol. But nonetheless, this model is certainly helpful. You can substitute Sol with another lower risk crypto such as Bitcoin or ETH. We have Kaggle based model for all of them. We do intend to keep on updating this website by providing retirement related content for the cryptos that we believe have some potential. But again, none of this is financial advice, and I hope I have made that clear, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and also give this video a like, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.